Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Rozamri. So today, our group gonna present about the waste management of meat and poultry industry. So this is our group member. Then I will pass to Aida Atira to tell about the what we choose for this assignment.
Okay, our group choose the poultry industry, and the process is the chicken process and cook in factory. We, as an example, we choose Malaysia McDonald Fried Chicken Company and Dinding Poultry Processing Siam Berhad in Setiawan Perak. This is the example of chicken processing company. The flowchart will be presented by Liana.
So the flowchart of this process is, firstly we have slaughtering. So the waste is blood, then is removal of chicken feather. Obviously the waste is feather. Next is the pre-cleaning. The waste is internal organ, head, leg, and also the wastewater. Next is the cutting process. The cutting process will produce bone as the waste. Next is the sorting, post-cleaning, coated, which will having the waste of remaining coated substance, then deep frying, and also last but not least is the fried chicken, the product itself.
So we will continue for the waste management technique for each waste that produced by the industry. So I will call the first presenter.
Okay, hi, my name is Naina Sofia Abidi Muhammad. So during slaughtering the black water waste, so they use micro air separation system treatment. So in the stage 1, it is suspended solid removal. By micro bubbles injected into the waste, it is highly efficient removal of suspended solid which are floated and being removed. So this is reduction in biological oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, and lastly total suspended solid. Okay, next. Okay, for the second stage, disinfection and clarification, ozone treatment is introduced at the feed stream, passed through the microbubble generator, and it is dissolved under pressure. It oxidizes remaining the blood protein. So it will going to remove the remaining color. Also, it will kill or deactivate bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms that present in the blood. So the final product, the suspended solid are being removed. Bacteria, viruses, and other pathogen also deactivate. Then the water clarified and ready for discharge. So as you can see, this is the final product, clear water, and this is the initial black water. Okay, thank you. Next.
So the next process is removal of chicken feather. Chicken feather are often considered a byproduct of poultry production and often a waste byproduct. It can be reused. The feather itself can be reused as a pillow stuffing, diapers, insulation, upholstery padding, paper, and also plastic. Next is for the waste management. Chicken feather can be used as the feather meal. Feather meal is a byproduct of a processing poultry. It is made of poultry feather by partially grinding them under elevated heat and pressure. It will be and then it will be, after the grinding, it will be undergo drying. Feather meal is used in formulated animal feed and in organic fertilizer. So the fertilizer, the poultry feather are rich with keratin protein, and therefore there could be a source for good nitrogen fertilizer. So the remaining waste is disposed by incineration or by burial in controlled landfill. Okay. Next, I will pass to next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Liana. I will explain about the pre-cleaning process of fried chicken. So the pre-cleaning process is basically the evisceration, which is the removing of chicken viscera, head, legs, and the first washing before the final product. So the waste that has been generated during this process is obviously the internal organ, the head, leg, and the wastewater. So the common practice that has been used usually for this process that has been done by one of the studies in Sarawak, where they do a survey on the company that is processing chicken. The common process that they do is firstly they sell the waste as animal feed to the company. And secondly, they also sell all of these products such as leg to another company to be processed to become another product. And the thirdly is the process of wastewater treatment, where usually they only discharge the water to the local wastewater treatment. However, there is a suggestion from Roslinda and the team on 2011 using sand filtration to clean the wastewater treatment. So next, next. Okay, so this is the example of how the process will be done. They will be using the sand filtration, which is the two layer of sand filtration. The first layer is the coarse sand. The second layer is fine sand. So the influent will be coming up, will be flow from the upper and will be affluent to the lower. So during this process, what they have done, they have reported that this sand filter has managed to remove 45.8% of the BOD, and they also managed to clean 43.8%. COD is the chemical oxidant demand. 32.1% is BOD for 5 days, and 66.8% of the soluble solid. So that's all. And next, I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Aida Atira and I will present about the cutting process. Okay, for the cutting process, the chicken was cut into desired pieces, and typical cuts of chicken is boneless, skinless chicken, include breast, thigh, and tenders. And the waste for cutting process is the bone. First, the waste management. The bone can be undergo composting. Usually, the bone will be burned first to quicken the process of breaking down of the bone, and the bone will break down over time, usually 60 days for smaller bones, and usually for larger bones, they will be cut into smaller pieces before composting. Second is sells the bone to fertilizer company. There's a few fertilizer company in Malaysia that makes fertilizer from chicken bone and named as bone meal fertilizer, and it is a nutrient-rich formulation made typically by steaming and grinding piles of animal bones, and it is very high in phosphorus. Okay, next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Aida. So my name is Norazwani, and I will explain more about post-cleaning of the chicken. Okay, so post-cleaning is the process where we clean the chicken before it being cooked. So in this process, the waste is mostly water and maybe some fat or oil from the chicken. This is because as the chicken have go through the all process before post cleaning, so most of the waste have been removed before the post cleaning process. Okay, so the most suitable waste management technique for this process is membrane bioreactor. So this technique is combination of biological treatment with membrane separation by micropores of ultra filtration. The membrane is act to retain suspended solid, so it will left only the clean water. Where the suspended solid such as biological cell, fat, dissolved material will be filtered by the membrane. So the end product for this process is biological cell, fat, dissolved material, and the clean water which is passes through the membrane. So I will continue the presentation to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur Khairina and I will continue with the coating process. So coating is we flooring the chicken with flour, and the purpose is we want to produce attractive brown color and we want to produce delicious chicken. So the waste for this process is flour. So the suitable waste management is by using composting. Flour generally contain protein which is organic matter. This process of composting take very little time or equipment and very suitable for company. And this process doesn't have any challenge from climate and seasonal because this method is typically involve organic waste. And company can use chamber bins which have wire mesh or wooden frame that allow good air circulation. I will continue with the next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Karina. So I will present. So my name is Nur Ifra. So I will present about deep frying. So deep frying, which is we fry the chicken into the oil. So the deep frying produce waste cooking oil at the end of the process. So it is contents of plants and animal fat in the waste cooking oil. So the waste management for waste cooking oil can be conducted by selling the used oil to the collection company, which is in Malaysia. The collection center can be found as example in Petaling Jaya. So then after it will transfer to the collection center, it will undergoes recycle in the treatment plants. In the treatment plants, there are several processes undergoes, which is 4 stages: collection of the waste cooking oil, pre-treatment, transition, and trans-esterification. So after all the process, it will turn into the another alternative sources energy such as biodiesel, glycerol, and also bioprofit. So um, that's all from us. Thank you.